Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So we got kind of like this Dokkan Frontier release campaign here. We can kind of go ahead and take a look at some of the details of what they're bringing to the game as part of this. I like Dokkan Frontier quite a bit, so I'm definitely like looking forward to more of this releasing. That's gonna be exciting, finding out more stages are coming to this. So Dokkan Frontier release celebration campaign. Dokkan Frontier, where you can experience the new battle system survival mode, is here. Okay, so you know what's funny about this is I remember like after playing it at the Community Fest mentioning I don't know like new battle system as much as this just felt like a new mode. And sure enough, it's because it's split. Like when we use kind of like the gameplay here, where we have the two different characters, right? Here, let's just go right here, bam. So when we use the gameplay system where we have the two teams and the two teams, you know, that like each team is kind of like using its leader skill, that is survival mode. And then the overall like experience itself is Dokkan Frontier, right? So the Dokkan Frontier release celebration campaign is on. This is where we can experience the new battle system survival mode. Following characters can be recruited upon the first login. So they gave us a copy of Goku, Krillin, and Dende, the three new characters that came out with the release of the mode, just to kind of like, I think, enhance kind of like players' boxes a little bit. Dende, I think, is a very useful character, actually, as a dodging, like, you know, support type character that we'll be able to make use out of, right? So that pretty good with the active skill. He's kind of like a healer. I think it's a pretty interesting idea for a character there. And then Krillin is just, you know, to get an extra Krillin on the team. The Goku is, I think, eventually going to be probably a very good card. This guy is going to be an LR at some point. When he awakens, he is going to awaken into an LR. And I think this guy as an LR could easily be very good alongside like a major like Namek Goku as part of a major Namek celebration. I think we probably will see that come at some point later this year, but we'll get there when we get there. We'll see how that's going to go. So there's that, the three characters. There's also a category Dokkan Fest that features Planet Namek Saga characters. Now, going through this, some of the stages are certainly a little bit difficult in here, right? And there are some specific fights, too, where it does want us to specifically use, like, Scouter Vegeta, right? There are, like, some stages in here like that. It is true. But I don't think it's worth it to summon to try and get these characters, right? Probably the hardest thing I did in the whole, like, mode was trying to finish Kui off with the Scouter Vegeta's active skill, which you need to do in order to get a sticker. But the thing about it is, like, finishing with the active skill here, getting the sticker for this Vegeta, like, the only reward you get is this guy's sticker, right? So it's like, if you don't have the Scouter Vegeta, it's not like you really need it that much anyway. So, it's like, you could use the special guest friend that they allow you to use. You could use the active skill and you could go on to the next part of the story. And then, you know, you could do, like, save these for later after you would actually obtain the Scouter Vegeta. Like, I think that's kind of like a huge thing with this, right? Is it's set up in such a way where I bet you, like, it's kind of exciting. Players would want to, oh, I gotta, like, quickly finish this, like the first night, right? And, like, then this banner is sitting there and then people are gonna summon, but it's not necessary. You can, the mode is never going away. Like, it's up and it's up. So you could, you know, wait to get any of these characters, wait for stronger Planet Namek Saga characters to come out who will absolutely decimate the mode, right? I mean, you guys know how this works, by the way. They will drop difficult content, and then they will then, like, drop summonable help. Again, this is our not our first rodeo with Dokkan Battle. Major summonable help is going to come for this Planet Namek Saga category, so that players can go, oh my god, I just swiped my credit card and I'll be able to beat the stage. They want you to go, like Amatsu, and well, I guess Geppy. Geppy is nodding his head now like, yeah. Go summon. Go summon. Get the characters. Go get them. Go get them. Right? So, yeah, definitely, don't do that. All right, so we got Dokkan Frontier, Planet Namek Saga. They chose Namek Saga as the introduction to this. I do think maybe starting out with, like, Boo Saga probably would have been the way to go with this, but, I mean, who knows? Maybe they originally started doing this with Namek Saga because they intended it to drop with a major Namek celebration, but they weren't able to hit some deadline or something. I mean, I guess we never know, but, this is going to be more fun as the roster of characters is expanded for sure. So yeah, this is where we can experience a brand new survival mode. Requires more careful strategy than any battle so far. And then progress through the Namek Saga and survival mode in this event. More chapters will be added in the future. Yeah, because it only goes up to First Form Frieza versus Nail, right? We still have to go through almost the entirety of the battle with Captain Ginyu, right? And then eventually getting to, First Form Frieza, Second Form Frieza, Third Form Frieza, all this stuff. Yeah, honestly, dude, before we would get to the Second Form Frieza stage, I would really rather they drop, like, a new Second Form Frieza. Like it would be sick if the next Dokkan Fest was just, like, Second Form Frieza. And it's like, he doesn't... Maybe the intro is the iconic, like, First Form Frieza transforming into Second Form Frieza is his intro, but then the card itself is just Second Form Frieza. I think that'd be a very good idea, right? I mean, them doing this, it's like, I personally am going to be very excited to see them drop any Namek Saga characters. And, certainly they drop a new Namek Saga character, like, oh, you already know we're taking them in here at least a little bit for the showcase, right? Like, letting them go ahead and spread their wings a little bit. Yeah, for damn sure. Select a chapter on the series screen to attempt the event. Yeah, I think, let me just quickly pull up a Proton tweet, which showed OG Dragon Ball Z, and a Dragon Ball GT kind of like section that they have ready to go. Yeah, here we go right here. So, we have the Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT logos. I would assume they will do Dragon Ball Super eventually, but remember, even for Dragon Ball stories, right? Which, I mean, these have been going on since 2021, right? The very first one that came out, the Saiyan Saga, this was in November of 2021 when this first dropped. And this was in January, the Black Star Dragon Ball Saga, the Ultimate Dragon Ball Saga. And they've never done a Dragon Ball Super one. I know you could point to Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, but remember, those are technically DBZ. Those are Dragon Ball Z films. Right? So they've never touched, and they are in the movie section too. They've never touched Dragon Ball Super Arc. So I guess there is Dragon Ball Super Superhero, but that's a movie, and it's in the movie section. So, I mean, maybe the reason they never jumped into Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Stories is because they knew that the Dragon Ball Super remake was coming. That probably is why. Right? So the Dragon Ball Super remake is going to be a thing. So maybe after Dragon Ball Super remake kind of gets going, that's when we're going to see, like, Dragon Ball Super for Dokkan Frontier and Dragon Ball Super for Dragon Ball Stories, I guess. All right, so we have this right here. Yep, there's that. Nodes across the map. Each node requires specific characters to be on your team. Yep, there's that right there. No items, support memories allowed, no continues, and then there's node missions and general missions. The node missions are what gets you kind of like the special effects for the characters, right? Characters are able to get some special effects. I think I'm gonna... Yeah, hold on one sec. I got a solution to this. Yeah, here we go, chat. Here we go. So here's our solution to this. So... we have the... well, actually, hold on. Let me just quickly... so one thing that's cool about these effects, right? It does a couple of things, right? So... oh, actually, I might just go... hold on. I'm actually just going to go in-game for this, actually, because you can put these... so the stickers are automatically applied, but you can take them off if you want. And then there's... they do different things, right? There's ones that changes the card art, right? Puts, like, a voice line for some... cards like LR, like, because this is an LR that has kind of like this voice line, it'll play it and stuff. Yeah, let me actually just go in game for this. But You know, a bunch of characters got these, and some of them look really good. Like Jason Birders and Raccoon Goldo, I think these ones look phenomenal. Like, it's actually, like, really nice for these card arts. So, again, this whole Dokkan Frontier thing today, now that it's in-game, I'm definitely loving this. Yeah, here we go. So we could just go ahead and take a look at some of these characters' special effects. So we could hear the normal Dokkan music is playing. But now when we go into this card, their OST plays. So, like, for some characters, that's going to be so awesome. Like, I don't know, think about the Metal Cooler movie, LR, Goku, and Vegeta, right? And it's like either of their OSTs are so good, and it's just going to play when we go into that. That's going to be so sick. And then, like, it plays the little, you know, the active skill voice line. So LRs are now going to have that on top of it. I'm going to be very interested to see, are they going to do like a movies Dokkan Frontier or what? Like I guess for the movies, there's so many specific characters that they don't have versions of. Maybe that'd be a little bit more difficult for them to do, but you know, it's like there's a lot of, we'll see how they're going to handle Dokkan Frontiers for some of this, right? So there's the Krillin and Gohan. We have Scouter Vegeta. And it plays his OST. I think his looks really good. I do like the way the card itself looks different. The name is now in a rainbow text, by the way. Let me actually go back to Krillin and Gohan, and we could see this right here. So we have the option to choose and turn the effects off, right? So let's turn all the effects off. So here's the normal card art for LR Krillin and Gohan, right? So let's do the first one. I think this changes, yeah, this makes their name now rainbow, like the rainbow nameplate, which is good. I think the second one is OST. Yep. So now their OST plays. This one. This changes kind of like the look of the card itself, right? Like the kind of like the card, like the, you know, the I guess where the stats are and stuff. And then the last one, I think, is this is going to give the audio. Yep. Yeah, nice. So there's that. Okay, cool. So, you know, we're able to, like, take those off or put those on at will. Once we obtain them, they're auto-applied, but once we've got them, we could, you know, take them on and off or at will, right? Then we got the Ginyu Force one here. Yeah, very good, very good. LR Tech Ginyu Force. Good stuff. So there's theirs, right? Then we also have Jason Birder. They have one as well. I love that. So they've got that's the LR Int Ginyu Force. I can hear Ginyu say, special fighting pose. That's the LR Ginyu Force active skill. Because I can hear Ginyu saying special fighting pose. God damn, the Ginyu Force is so goated. Damn, I'd be ready. You know what they could do? Oh my god. The next Dokkan Fest, April Fool's Day Dokkan Fest. Check this out. It's Goku Ginyu. Boom. Cinema. I solved it. The next Dokkan Fest is Ginyu and Goku's body. Right? Because look. The only Ginyu and Goku's body. Like, let's just type in Ginyu and jump on over. So here's what we have, right? This is all they have for that. Obviously, Dokkan Fest Ginyu could transform into him, but this is the only Ginyu Goku turn 1. That they could do a Ginyu Goku, and then like his intro would be him body changing with Goku again or something like that. That would be a sick. I think people would love that. Because then that'd be a Namek Saga buff, and it means we'd be fighting him in Dokkan Frontier when they went back to it. That would be so sick. Alright, so there's that. The Jason Birder. And then the last one, I believe there's one more, which is Raccoon Goldo here. Same thing. They have the LR Ginyu Force active skill. So there we go. There's all the special effects. Gotta love that. I think Dokkan did a great job with that, with all those special effects right there. Okay. Complete certain general missions to recruit the following characters to your team, right? And remember, there is going to be... So right now, we could only obtain these characters via the one copy we get when we first log in. And then there is also the... you know exactly what I'm talking about. The currency that drops every time we beat a stage. Here, let's just click here and then just skip to when we finish this off right here. When you beat the stage, you get the little feather bookmark item. So I might do some runs maybe later and try and grind some of these out right here. The Dokkan Frontier bookmark to get, like, it does say you'll be able to get awakening medals and copies of characters with that. So jump over here. The special guests do not count towards missions or requirements. Awakening medals required for Dokkan Awakening can be obtained from general missions. More missions will be added in the future. Okay. And the special effects for certain characters can be unlocked by completing the specific missions. Depending on the grade of the special effect, rarity of the characters, exclusive voices, background music, visual effects, and more will be available. There's character dialogue. Certain characters engaged in battle dialogue will show up, which is awesome. Character dialogue not available on every node. No problem. There's a lot, though, so it was good. And then event rewards. Clear the event to obtain the treasure item Dokkan Frontier bookmark, which could be exchanged for characters who are available as general mission rewards and awakening medals at the treasure section of Baba Shop in the future. So here's a mysterious decision. I don't like this. Why can't we use it right now again? It doesn't make sense. Why is it not available right away? It should. It definitely should be available right away. So that's a little strange. And then this event is up forever, which is good. So there's that. There is the banner right here. We could take a look at this banner. I mean, this is... I would just heavily plead with you guys not to summon on this. I did decide to do some summons on this, and it went as horrible as you could expect. Really bad. It was not good. Not good. It does have unfeatured characters up to Yakon, who is the most recent banner unit released. So that's good at least. And then LR, King Goma is of course on there, but I don't recommend chasing those characters. So there's going to be the special celebration login bonus. Oh, okay. There's a login bonus that will trigger in a couple of hours here for Global and JP. Log in every day to get stones and rewards. There's panel missions as well. What do we got? What else we got pulled up? Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that in 2 seconds. Here, let me get the panel missions up. So, here's these. It's just very simple, though. It's basically just do Dokkan Frontier, right? Clear up to Node 6. Beat a stage with a full Dragon Ball Seeker team, which is the full Ginyu Force team, which you do need to do for one of the missions anyway. Full Namek Saga, you'll do that immediately from second one. Use an active and clear a node, and then do all missions, all these missions, and you'll get some stones. So I don't know, there's like 50 stones or something like that given out tonight. Something like 50 or so, probably. Not be able to claim the rewards after the event period ends. Yeah, that's for the celebration missions, right? And then they brought back any Namek Saga events with any Namek Saga free-to-play characters. Yeah, I did have this pulled up, so this is interesting. So, just goes to show, they do fuck up categories a lot. It's a real thing, where they fuck categories up. They do. And if we take a look at this, a bunch of characters who should be on Bond of Friendship were added to Bond of Friendship. So, Tide-turning superpower Gohan Kid / Piccolo. That's the LR tech. I guess I should just pull up this entire list of characters. Let me do that. But just one character of note is the Krillin and Gohan. Remember, the Thieving 6 wiki does updates very slow these days. So we could take a look and see, look, they don't have Bond of Friendship. And then here's the updated version after the maintenance. They now have Bond of Friendship. So several characters were now correctly added to a category that they should have had. So there's hope for some of these characters where it's like, why are they not on the category being added to it? All right, guys, so I've got all of the different characters that have been added to categories. For a lot of these, it doesn't really matter, but it's talking about both versions of this Kid Gohan and Piccolo. That's these first two right here. Then it talks about Gohan, the TUR for that LR, and the SSR for that LR, which I guess is at least a little bit notable since it's a different name, just Gohan Kid. I actually was considering rainbowing the TUR Tech Gohan potentially to be, used, maybe in Dokkan Frontier a little bit. I was thinking about it. Then we have Hope for Growth, which is this Kid Gohan, and Furious Impact, which is this one. This is just an SR, though. So those are those two right there. Hope for Growth, Fierce Impact. And then the last three is just the SSR, TUR, and LR right here, right? Those are all the characters that were added to the category. So that is it. That's everything we've got for Dokkan Frontier. Really, really exciting. Definitely looking forward to seeing how this is going to continue in the future with Dokkan Frontier. Let me know what you guys think of this mode and of this release celebration. But this combined with Saiyan Day seems like, pretty good post 11th anniversary. Right, 11th anniversary, a little weak, but I think Dokkan is rebounding nicely with all this.